Okay, everybody, this is my first attempt at ever doing this. Doing a video while I'm driving. So even though I'm talking to you, I'm trying to focus on the road. This is the best way I figured I could try to get this done. Today is the 6-month mark of my second birthday. 6 months ago, on July 27th, I had surgery to have a tumor removed. The removal of this tumor remarkably has changed my life. It is just stupendous, the changes in my health, my mental state, and everything around me that the removal of this stupid tumor has caused. Anybody who's watching this, if you're going to give me hate or negativity, you're going to dog me, stop right now. Don't watch any further. I don't want to hear it. Don't post. Don't PM me. Don't DM me. I don't want to hear any negativity. What I'm going to tell you is all positive. And if anybody watches this and anyone can glean anything from it and help themselves or help another person, then this video is worth it to me. I want to let you all know that about 10 years ago, I entered into a downward spiral of depression, anxiety, and fatigue. I had chronic headaches. I had other pains and aches in my body that were chronic. I saw doctor after doctor after doctor for each issue. I saw psychologists, psychiatrists, therapists, multiple therapists. I've been on medications, multiple medications. I even at one point hospitalized myself, and that was the worst experience I've ever been through. So anyone who's been depressed or in depression, I get it. I've been there. I know how horrible it is. And I know what it's like to toe up to the line of suicide. I understand how painful it is to get to that point. To look at that thread and decide, do I or don't I? I'm here today because I did it. But there were many times that I wanted to. But I love my family. I love my sisters. I love my 3 little nephews, and I just couldn't do that to them. How would my sisters explain what happened to Aunt Julie? I couldn't bear the thought. But my pain was that great. My depression was that great. And for those people that have committed suicide, their pain must have been so overwhelmingly unbearable to take that step and to cause their families grief and pain, knowing that their death was going to cause grief and pain. Their own pain was unbearable. So if you know someone who committed suicide, please forgive them. If you don't understand why, please forgive them. Give them grace. Give them love. Because it's really hard. By the grace of God, I found a doctor. And she's not even a doctor. She's a nurse practitioner that I see on an annual basis for my annual physicals. She is the one person, the one doctor who tracked my numbers in my blood tests every year. She is the one person who gave a shit and read my numbers and realized that something was wrong. 2 years ago, she said to me during my annual physical, "Julie, your numbers are a little off. I want you to go see an endocrinologist and look into this. There's something going on. Something's not right." And I said, "Okay, why not? I'll go see an endocrinologist. I got lots of other doctors. I'll go." My appointment was in March of 2020. And as we all know, the world came to a screeching halt in the middle of March 2020. March 17th, my world came to a halt. And my appointment with the endocrinologist was the 3rd week of March. I never went. And I never had a chance to reschedule it once the world opened up. Last year, in 21, when doctors were seeing people again, I scheduled my annual physical. And again, I saw my doctor, my nurse practitioner. Her name is Susan Kelly. She is out of Montville Family Practice in Montville, New Jersey. She is my queen. Last year when I went for my annual physical and she read my blood numbers, she said, "Julie, your numbers have doubled. I think you have a tumor. There's something wrong. You need to see an endocrinologist now. You cannot wait." And I said, "Okay." So right then and there, she called an endocrinologist before I left the room. And within 3 days, she got me an appointment with my endocrinologist. Normally, you all know it takes a month to 2 months to get an appointment with a doctor. But she got me in within 3 days because she believed I had a tumor. So I went to see the endocrinologist. Her name is Dr. Cheryl Rosenfeld in Parsippany. She too is my queen. I went there and she said, "Yeah, your numbers are high. I think you have a tumor. Let's take a look." And she pulled out her sonogram machine. I laid back on her table, tilted my neck up. She ran the wand over my neck, and lo and behold, boom, there's a tumor in my neck. Not my thyroid, which people are becoming aware of thyroid cancer, thyroid tumors, but my parathyroid, which I had never heard of before. Everybody has 2 thyroids on either side of your neck near your voice box. Everybody also has 4 parathyroids, 2 on each side of your neck. Your parathyroids are the size of a baked bean. One of my parathyroids had a tumor on it, or it became a tumor, or whatever, the size of a silver dollar. I didn't know I had it. It wasn't growing out of my neck. You couldn't see it. You couldn't feel it. It was growing in. And it was choking me. Unknowingly, it was cutting off my esophagus. For a couple years now, when I would eat or drink, I would cough a lot. And I just thought, oh, I'm talking too much. I'm drinking too fast. I'm eating too fast. I need to calm down. Maybe I'm too stressed while I'm eating or drinking. I'm too much of a hurry. But I would cough and I would spit out my food and spit out my water. I didn't realize I was choking because my esophagus was being cut off. But that's what was happening. So Dr. Cheryl finds the tumor and she says, "You need to get this out now." we need to schedule you surgery as soon as possible. And once again, right then and there, she calls a surgeon. There were 3 surgeons on her list that she recommended. And I said, well, let's just start with the first one. And she did. She called the top one on her list. His name escapes me at the moment, but I can look it up for anybody who might want to know, because he was a master. Along with this video, I'm going to post a couple pictures. He sliced into my neck, at the base of my neck. I now have a 3-inch scar. It's my favorite scar. The tumor that I had on my parathyroid is the 7th tumor that my body has created. It keeps creating them, and I keep taking them out. They're not supposed to be there. I wish they had Cracker Jack toys inside of them or whatever, but they might lead to cancer, so they come out. Well, not all of them. Some of them were burnt to a crisp, but that's another conversation, maybe another video. We can talk about that later. So anyway, my surgeon, who was scheduled within 3 weeks of that phone call, on July 27th, I had surgery and he took out the tumor. My scar on my neck is barely visible. He did it in the crease of my neck. It is a beautiful scar. It's healing very nicely. And he has said within 6 months to a year, it will be invisible. And frankly, I don't care if it never is invisible, because I love it. It is a sign that my life has changed. When Susan Kelly and Dr. Cheryl talked to me about having the tumor removed, they told me that I would feel better. All my issues would go away. And I was like, yeah, sure, okay, whatever, okay, you're a doctor, maybe you know, I don't know. But it seemed kind of unbelievable, because I had seen dozens of doctors over the past decade for every ailment, for every issue, and to care for my mental health as best as I could. It was hard. It was humiliating and demoralizing and dehumanizing. When I checked into Chilton Hospital one day, because I was in the middle of a breakdown, I was never treated so poorly or disgustingly in my life. And now that I'm stronger, they're going to hear about it. But that's another conversation. This is to be positive right now, not anything about anger or retribution. Both of my doctors, Susan Kelly, nurse practitioner, and Dr. Cheryl Rosenfeld, said, you're going to feel better. And I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. In the middle of August, I would say about 3 weeks later, I got into a very heated discussion with my boss. So much so that if she had said one more thing to me, I would have quit. And I know if I had said one more thing, she would have fired me. We were toe to toe. But we ended our conversation and I went back to my desk and I sat there. And in that moment, after that heated discussion, where I was calm and collected, I did not lose my temper. I didn't lose my shit. I didn't cry. I didn't raise my voice. I was clear. I spoke with conviction. I had all my facts and figures at my fingertips. I sat at my desk and it dawned on me at that moment that I was better. I felt better. Even though I had a very, very uncomfortable conversation, I was better. My brain fog was gone. I was clear. And my Julie light was turned back on. And ever since the middle of August, every day I have gotten better and better and better. I no longer have depression. I no longer have anxiety. I no longer have fatigue. I go to bed at night and I go to sleep. I don't toss and turn and worry and stress and cry and scroll on media. I go to sleep like a regular person. I no longer have insomnia. And in the morning, I wake up and I get out of bed. I don't feel like I'm covered with concrete. Every day I thank God for the day that I have been given. I give gratitude for everything that is brought to me. Every day I sing in my car, I sing to the radio. I've started singing karaoke with some friends and I can't sing for shit. I'm horrible at it. But I love it and it's fun. I'm a great singer in my car. At least to me I am. And, you know, to Harry and Michael Bublé, I sing with them. They're my backup singers. And I dance in my car at stoplights. I am happy every day. I am joyous. I am changing my life. I am making big changes. And this has what has been one of several instigators of the change that I am taking in my life. So people, lovies, my lovies out there, any of you who might be struggling with depression, weight gain, fatigue. Oh, that's the other thing. I have lost 30 pounds since July. I have been struggling with weight gain over the past 10 years. I had been eating less and less and less and becoming miserable because I'm not eating. I took sugar out of my diet and I love chocolate and I love fruit and I love Coke. Coca-Cola, cherry Coke is my favorite. But I cut these things out because I wanted to lose weight so desperately. And now the weight is coming off. So, lovies, any of you who are struggling, please go to your doctor. Talk to them about your parathyroid and your blood levels. Consider pursuing going to an endocrinologist. I can give you the contact information for my doctor, Dr. Cheryl Rosenfeld in Parsippany. Wherever you're located, she is worth the drive. She's wonderful. Her bedside manner is amazing. And I love her. She has saved my life. Not figuratively, but literally. She has literally saved my life. And now I am changing my life. Any of you who have made it to the end, thank you for staying with me. Thank you for listening to me. And if you can, save yourself. Maybe save your friends. Look into it. And the blood number that was off for me was my calcium. the strangest thing, my calcium. I now have osteoporosis because my body sucked the calcium out of my own bones. My body sucked it out of itself. I have osteoporosis, so that means no more dancing on tables for me, because if I slip and fall, I could break a hip. I am still considering getting pink rhinestone roller skates because they're so damn cute and they look like so much fun. I want them, but I'm kind of scared of breaking a hip. I don't want that. And I actually don't want to break any bones. I've had enough broken bones in my life. I really don't want any more. So, lovies, if you're struggling, guys and gals, go to your doctor. Go to Susan Kelly in Montville. Talk to them. Tell them you have to be your own advocate. I get my annual physical every year. I get my blood tested twice with my GP and my gyno doctor. I get my blood tested twice. I had one gynecologist for 15 years. She never caught it. My current gynecologist I've had now going on 5 years. She didn't catch it either. She just said, "Oh, you have fatigue? It's because you're getting older." No. That's not it, lovies. Get your blood levels tested. Get your parathyroid checked out. Go to an endocrinologist and save yourself. I'm so lucky that someone paid attention and gave a shit, because now I am saved. Again, this is the 6th month anniversary of my 2nd birthday, July 27th. Today is January 27th, I think. I've lost track of my days. I had COVID and I have no clue what day it is anymore. But happy 6th month birthday to me. Thanks for staying with me this long.